Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Gil with G&G Tactical and Outdoors. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Protech TR-3 Integrity. Also, the part number is INT105. This one that we're going to look at, it's the Relic Textured Black Handle Stonewash S35VN blade with double thumb studs and a wide, deep carry clip. But before we get started, we wanted to thank all the members that have been signed up and subscribed to our channel. If you haven't already done so, if you're new to our channel, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, help us to get to 1,000 subscribers. We would really appreciate that. So this is new for this year. This is a manual variation of the TR-3. If you're unfamiliar with Protech, they primarily make automatics and they do make manual knives. Here's one of the TR-3s that's an automatic, and the overall design is pretty much the same. If you look at it side by side, the only indication that one was an automatic and one is a manual open would be the thumb studs. So let's go ahead and do a quick deep dive into this model. I'll get the price point out of the way. These generally are around $225 depending upon the configuration. Could run you a little bit more in the $250, maybe even $275 range. As I mentioned earlier, the blade steel is S35VN, which is stamped here. So it's got this nice elegant design. This is a stonewash blade, and we have the DLC kind of coated. These are aluminum handles. I really dig the textures of the and the patterns of the design with the kind of looks like triangles, little arrows in a different pattern. It's got the nice stonewash hardware as well, and then the push button release. So the overall length on this is 8 inches. The blade length is 3.5, and the blade width is 1.5. Again, this is a drop point blade. The handle length is 4.6 inches. The width is 1.1 inches. Handle material is aluminum, color black, weighs in at 3.80 ounces, and this is a right-handed manual push lock button. So it has the two slats screwed in together. The screws are on this side, they're recessed. Then again, we have the fat pocket clip here, and it's got the pinhead head screws, so it's recessed inside. So when you're using this and pulling it in and out of your pocket, it's not going to pull on your pants or shorts. So personally, I am a flipper guy, so my everyday carry, at least lately, has been the Malibu flipper, and I chose this particular one, kind of a Halloween type carry for the month of October. So this is the Malibu. This is the Usual Suspects Network Gathering knife from last year, 2023. So if you take a look at the differences here, so obviously the Malibu is much more slender than the TR-3. So if you're probably wondering, if you're new to Protech, again, Protech primarily deals with automatics. They're probably the largest out-the-side knife manufacturer that makes autos that I'm aware of, at least in the States. They produce a ton of them. So you're probably wondering, well, why did they produce a manual open TR-3 configuration? Well, there's probably several reasons. One is that the automatic version, it's not legal to carry in certain states, such as California, because of the blade length. And there are some states, I think maybe Michigan and New York, or maybe even the cities, that have a little bit tighter restrictions on what kind of automatic knives, if any, are allowed to carry. So for those enthusiasts that are that love the TR-3 platform, the manual gets you into that market. So it allows you to carry a manual folder. Some guys also prefer having a manual as opposed to an automatic in terms of reliability. Maybe it's just a preference instead of having, a button to press. Some guys just prefer there's nothing wrong with just having a manual open knife. My recommendation is just get used to whatever it is that you carry. Sometimes out of habit, depending if I've carried a knife for too long, sometimes I get in the habit of just the muscle memory of opening it. So if I end up switching to a different knife, sometimes I'll feel like, oh, wait a minute, that's not a flipper in my pocket today. It's actually something else. So sometimes guess what I'm getting is that when you carry different knives, sometimes it can be a surprise as to whether you're carrying a manual or a or automatic in your pocket. Now, right off the bat, this is brand new. So what I noticed is that when it shuts, it's got a little bit slowness to it. It's not as quite as smooth as this Malibu. So if you notice, I just press that button and it's hard to get an angle. So let's see if I can show here. So it basically just drops shut. This one takes a little bit, where will that one shut nicely. Well, there goes that theory. I was going to say that this one's a little bit slower than this one. This one just feels a little bit smoother, probably because I've been carrying this one more often. But anyway, this one does open and close very, very nicely. So again, my personal preference when it comes to manuals is I'm a flipper guy. I'm not into the Spidey flick or the thumb flick. That's just my personal preference. That's why I carry that flipper. But this, I really do like. The only issue that I have is that the points here on the thumb screws, they're a little bit sharp. It's got a little bit of burr to it, but around the cylinder part here, it is very smooth. But you can definitely feel there is some roughness. So I don't know if that's with this particular knife that I'm holding, that it's got a little, it's not necessarily a burr, it just has some roughness. So imagine you've got some sandpaper here. To me, that's what it feels like. Maybe that's a good thing, where you've got some texture that you're actually rubbing against, so it's not, if it were smooth, then you might miss fire opening it up. So maybe they do that on purpose. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, so one of the awesome things about Protech is their price point. They're very affordable, in my opinion. And what I mean by that is that for this piece, you know, again, you're only paying $225. On something else like a Benchmade production model, you may be paying upwards toward $375, $300. For whatever reason, Benchmade prices, if you followed my videos, you notice a trend going on where the prices of their knives have been going up. And next year in 2025, get this. So Benchmade, their list price and their minimum advertised price will be the same. So if the list price on this was, let's say, $400, dealers cannot list below that because the MSRP or the MAP price will be the same. This year, it's usually 10% off the list price is the MAP price. And in the past, it used to be 15% off list. But next year, Benchmade, doing away with the MAP price, the list price is going to be the same as the MAP price. I think Benchmade, they're shooting themselves in the foot with the direction that they're going. I don't like the trajectory that they're heading for with that type of pricing. What does that have to do with Protech? Well, again, with price. Protech is knocking it out of the park when they're with their prices. To me, it's more in line with the marketplace. They just have a good pulse on the economy and the buying habits of customers. So it wouldn't shock me that Benchmade is just, that Protech is just really steadily doing well in knife sales as opposed to Benchmade and other knife manufacturers that keep raising their prices rather than keep it consistent. So kudos to Dave for actually keeping his pulse on the market and on the economy and understanding that, yeah, people, there are pinching pennies and having to decide, where to spend their extra bucks. So to me, I think Protech is doing an awesome job in keeping the prices affordable, in my opinion, and they really haven't raised them ridiculously high. And they've got something for everybody in the different price ranges. So if you need, let's say, a Godson knife, that's one of their stilettos type knives, you can get one for about $150, $180. It's not insanely, expensive. Granted, those are very basic in that they are, it's aluminum handle. It's not anything fancy like titanium, although they do make titanium and a heavier steel platform frame. But I think Protech is just doing an awesome job with their prices. So real quickly, before I finish, wanted to point out the differences here in the clips. So if you notice on the manual, the clip is significantly shorter and wider, a little bit stubbier than the automatic configuration. The automatic, it's got a deeper clip carry than the manual configuration. Also, you notice on the automatic, this particular one has a lanyard hold. The manual does not. And so that allows them to put the clips into a little bit different mounting position. So here the screws are on the outside, and then here they're on the inside. But again, overall, same type of curvature, same kind of chassis for the handles, and then also the blade shape and length. So anyway, I think this is pretty cool. I think it's a very elegant, sexy design. I love the curvature. I love the grip. I love the feel. When you hold this into your knife, you've got this nice curvature here. So if you're pressing your thumb up against whatever it is you're cutting, you've got some nice action and comfortability as well. And so I have medium-sized hands, so that for me, this fits absolutely perfect in my hand. I really love this. I think this has obviously been a winner. I know that dealers are selling out of the TR-3 manual configurations, so keep it up, Protech. You guys did an awesome job. As always, please leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you guys think about these knives, about the let us know what you guys think about Protech in general. What do you guys think about Protech finally offering a manual configuration of a TR-3? We'd love to know your thoughts. And again, before you go, please hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks again for tuning into this video. You guys have a good one.